A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there to my channel, the Twinflame Union. And this is the part 2 of the channeling session that I did last night, wherein I spoke about how the divine masculines have started believing about the things that the DFs used to tell them about other dimensions, about other worlds, parallel realities, supernatural sciences, intuition power, gifts, and so on and so forth. Because they were very logical, very analytical, very statistical, and very materialistic in their mindset, they were not able to see clearly that the spirit world is also very real. But in the part 1, I shared the things that the divine masculine used to find stupid or irrelevant, but I had to speak separately about why it was happening and why now he has changed, and why the things that he used to think were stupid, irrelevant, not possible, not real, don't exist, it's of imagination, is because the divine feminine was also mirroring the same aspect in another way, in a different way. It's very important for you all to know that living in extremes of anything is not how one exists in the earth plane. In the earth plane, you need everything. You need body as well as the connection with spirit. So you are a spirit, but you have the body, because this is how human body is in human life. Even though, as I mentioned in part 1, that you are a star seed, or you have come from other planets or other galaxies. You have been sent here by the Galactic Federation to help humanity. And you cannot help humanity, you cannot help other human beings until and unless you become a human being yourself. Because it's like a war that goes on between the nirvanas and the reptilians. Because nirvanas are the benevolent races, the benevolent beings. There are different types of nirvanas, and the reptilians are from the dark forces. But both are required to create a balance so that neither becomes too extreme. Okay? That is how planet Earth is. Planet Earth is created by the balance of both good and bad energies, both basically opposite energies. And that's the reason why the divine feminine and masculine also live, or they are born in opposite polarities. So that from their opposite polarities, they trigger each other. For example, one is a cat lover, another is a dog lover. And cats and dogs fight all the time, right? They even kill each other, mostly. But if you create a world where the cats and dogs both live in harmony, then that means you have created a balance. Balance of opposite polarities. Similarly, man and woman, in the dark world, in the dark ages, we see that they are being pitted against each other. There are so many feminines, I won't say the divine feminines, but so many feminazis or feminist ladies who are fighting for the rights of women, but they are pitting men against women. There is a need for equality, and again, this is not for everyone. There are some genuine feminists also who are really trying to do better for the world and better for the womankind, because women have been really tortured at the hands of patriarchal system. But there are so many men also, if you sit and talk to them, they also will come with their woes and how there are so many women who have destroyed their life. And this is exactly what happens when the divine feminine and the divine masculine get into healing mode. When they do inner work, it's like they heal those parts of them where the divine feminine used to think men are bad and the masculine used to think women are bad. That's why they have these fights, because he cannot trust women and women cannot trust him, or she cannot trust him or the men, because they have had their own personal experiences. Okay, so in this channeling, what I have also come across is just the way divine masculine used to find this talks about spirit world or intuition, other dimensions and things like that. that she is very obsessed about it, he used to feel like that. Similarly, she also used to find him very stupid, very irrelevant when he used to talk about materialistic things, because as a man, he was only taught to gain materialistic objects and gain materialistic things to become a good provider and to have that strong foundation. And it's not that both of them are not kind-hearted people. He is also equally kind-hearted and she is also equally kind-hearted. In my channelings, I am not pitting men against women, okay, or women against men. And my channelings, what I'm trying to say here is both are wounded. And both are not trying to do anything personally mean to one another, personally bad to one another. But they are both so wounded, so damaged, so traumatized that they cannot trust each other. And in their life, so for example, the Divine Feminine, she got comforted because of the intuition powers, the intuition gifts, connection with the guides, connection with the master souls, connection with higher dimension, connections with, say, animal spirits. So she believes more in them. But she also had to learn to heal her lower chakras. When I say lower chakras, I don't mean higher or lower in that context. I mean the bottom 3 chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. And half of your heart chakra also, because a lot of your feelings are connected with your body also. So she had to work on those because those were the areas that were blocked. And when she was born with the top 4 chakras completely working fine. And some of them were even with the open crown chakra. It's a very, very powerful being actually, of force. Nature's very powerful being, very intuitive being. Could see many things. The open third eye as a child, you could see many angels, many other beings. You could talk to different animals in different dimensions. So that kind of power. But the bottom 3 chakras, even if they were working fine, they chose a life where later on the 3 chakras got blocked. And with the Divine Masculine also, he was also born with very affluent family, a very loving family, very secure family, but no connection with the higher world, only connected with the materialistic world. So even when he was born with all chakras working, his upper 4 chakras got blocked. So thus he has no connection with the spirit world. When he grew up, it was all about buying cars, about buying clothes, about going to best colleges, getting the best job, and having sexual relationships and things like that. It's only when he got involved into flings or one-night stands or sexual relationships where he felt no love, no connection. Slowly and gradually he started connecting with his heart chakra more. Now these are very in-depth information that I share in my channelings, and only those people can relate with it who have done some amount of inner work even on their own. In fact, when I meet people for therapies, I ask them, have you been doing inner work on your own? Do you follow some technique? Do you follow some regime? Do you follow some health awareness, some consciousness therapy do you use? I ask them these questions because I know that they are stuck. After the runner-chaser dynamic, such people get stuck. Why? Because they don't have the complete tools and techniques. For that, they need to do certain other practices. They need to also let go more, and letting go is not easy. So, my friends, I just want to say in this channeling session that why Divine Masculine is thinking on these lines, why is he mirroring these lines, is because she, on her side, in her opposite polarity, she is also trying to connect herself with the materialistic world and the requirement of body. The body's requirement, like for example, because she got sexually abused, so her sexual urges or her, she started building a guilt and a shame towards her body, towards her genitals. And if you look at Shiv Shakti, in India we pray Shiv Linga and Shiv Yoni. Yoni and Ling is the genital of Shiva and Shakti. So in India we have, in every temple, we have a Shivling. So we pray to the genitals. And yet if you come to India, you will see there are so many rapes happening. because there is repression has happened in the last few hundred years because of the dark ages, because of lack of education, because of toxic patriarchal system, toxic masculinity, and also toxic femininity. So because there are so many women who started exploiting their body for money. Even now, when we look at, I was looking at one picture yesterday of a lady, and I think I shared it on my Instagram also. You can connect on my Instagram because I keep sharing these interesting findings. It's not necessary that every single post is about twin flame only. Twin flame is a lifestyle, but it's connected to the earth world as well as the spirit world. So we need to be aware about both. So I saw this lady's pictures. She was a very, I don't want to use the word ugly, but she was not in the worldly world, in the sansara world. She did not look pretty enough. She had a different nose. She did not have huge breast, or she did not have a certain type of body, things like that. Even then, she was full of makeup, a lot of hideous makeup actually. I think she was a pretty girl. If you see her from that perspective, you would find her to be a pretty girl. From my perspective, I would say that, okay, she's good figure, good body, long hair. You don't need much to look pretty. But over the years, she started doing a lot of cosmetic surgeries. So she got the breast implant, she got big butts, long hair extension, fake hair. Everything is fake. The nose has changed, the lips have changed. And if you look at her Instagram profile, if you click on the profile, you will find out that she is a porn worker, basically. You can subscribe to her link and all. So all of this work that she did on her body, all of this work, to sustain it now, she has to be a porn worker. Now, so many of the famous celebrities that we know, females especially, they could be talented, they could be good singers or good dancers or everything, but they are so money-minded, so money-minded. I don't want to take names here, but you would know these type of people. They are getting so many cosmetic surgeries, and they are always talking about wealth, about money in a very greedy way. And they are, when the impressionable teenagers and the impressionable women look at them, they want to be like them without even understanding that if you go through these surgeries, it's not easy after that, because your breast, they become fake, they become painful. You should also read the testimonials and accounts of all those people who have given true stories of what happened after they got lip fillers, how they could not smile for many days, or when they got butt implants or something, they could not even sit properly, or their boobs, they would fall on one side and it's extremely painful. They cannot run around properly. So they take drugs, they take painkillers, they take all these things. Their hair, their original hair, they fall, so they have bald patches. Then they have to fix new hair, they have to glue new hair, and so many things they have to do to maintain their body. But if you otherwise look at your body, if you take care of your body in a holistic way, in a healthy way, without eating so many supplements, or I don't know what all people do when there was a trend of going to the gym. Now, many people don't understand that going to the gym, and it's very important that I talk about this in the channelings, because in the channelings, the guides, the higher guides, the extraterrestrials are connecting in this channeling, and it's been shared by them, and I have to relate like the way it is. So, for example, gym, it's very good to exercise, it's very good to be healthy, it's very good to run. But earlier people used to go out to run in parks, they used to go for jogging. But now they will go to a gym, they will stand on a treadmill, and they will inside an air-conditioned place, they will run for some time. What is better according to you? Going outside in a fresh green park in good, air early in the morning, or is it better to run in air-conditioned atmosphere after drinking loads of proteins and things like that? And they're not even real proteins. And then what happens is, it's a business. I'll tell you how it's a business. So when people go join a gym, they don't join a gym for a week, 10 days. They always join it because the memberships are designed in such a way. They are designed for 3 months or 6 months minimum. So you have to take a membership for 3 months or 6 months, because even the gym owners know that after 1 week or 10 days, the people will lose enthusiasm and excitement. So they join them, make them join 3 months or 6 months course or 1 year membership. Then you have to buy all the gear. You have to buy the clothes that you need to wear in the gym. Whether or not you like it or not, you cannot go in your kurta salwar, or you cannot go in your regular clothes to your gym. If you're a Westerner, then you would wear regular other Western clothes. And if you're Indian, you could be wearing sari, you could be wearing a salwar kameez, you could be wearing a skirt or things like that. I mean, whatever. There are people with both dressing styles. Then they put you in a difficult regime right in the very beginning. So it's not like step by step or small steps and then do big things. So people lose enthusiasm, but they have already made enough money. Even if the people don't come again to them, they will still pay the fee. Now it's not their fault also. Understand, it's a business. They have to run the place, they have to buy the equipments, they have to do huge heavy investments to make a place work. Let's understand, they have to pay the electricity bills, and they know that this is a practical human nature. When people get excited, initially they jump into something, but later on when they see that there is a pain, or there is effort, or there is, you have to quit certain type of foods, you have to leave this, you have to leave that, you have to listen to your instructor, you have to be there twice in a day or once in a day, you have to be a disciplined person, then people start running away. So they cannot open their businesses based on this type of dynamic. So guys, understand, all the work that people do, most of the work in the materialistic world, it's there for your development. It's there to make you feel like a person who can get things done. You can manifest things easily. For example, if I want to buy a pair of shoes, and I know that they are useful for me. I need them in winters. They are warm shoes. If I don't wear them, I will fall sick. Whatever reason is there. But if I cannot buy it, that means I am materialistically not sound. Okay? I am materialistically not sound. I am not able to get something that I want, especially something which I need. It's not about something which is a luxury for you. There are many people who come to cities, they are living in small towns, they're living in villages, but they move to cities. In the small town or in the villages, they have ample amount of food, they have ample amount of shelter, they have everything. But what they don't have is a luxurious lifestyle. They don't have the houses, or they don't have the air conditioners, or they don't have the branded clothes. There are no malls or theaters or whatever is there in the city. They come to the city, but there is a trap that they get themselves into, because when they start working, they get a job, they get a lifestyle, all their money, all the hard-earned money, everything goes into maintaining the lifestyle. Then they are not working for food, shelter, or even the luxuries. They are only working because they have to sustain their existence in the city life, or in the hashtag fancy life, or whatever you want to call it. Then they have diseases, they don't have time for their family, they don't have time for the children, so on and so forth. So this understanding between the materialistic world and the spiritual world, it has to be done in such a way that there is a balance in between. Neither the masculine should be extremely enamored by the materialistic world, or totally absorbed in the physical addictions, the physical bodily pleasures like sex or food or alcohol or whatever it is, Neither the divine feminine should be completely stuck in the spirit world and has no connection with the materialistic world. Because when you're living in the samsara, although we all say that you're not supposed to be a worldly person, but you only learn this when you live in the world. When you do your duties, when you live as a human being, then only you understand the challenges and the problems of the human life. And that's the reason why when these people incarnate on planet Earth, they could be star seeds, they could be indigo, they could be rainbow, they could be extraterrestrial hybrids, whatever they are, when they incarnate as a human being, they go through all the pain, they go through all the suffering, they go through all the problems of being human beings, then only they develop an empathetic nature and they can sort of relate to other people. It's easier or it's better to do your mission work fully and deeply, 100%, when you have the experiences of both the worlds. That is what earth life is all about. This is the work of Buddha, this is the work of Shiva, this is the work of Shakti, this is the work of Ram, this is the work of Sita. Ram and Sita are basically Vishnu and Lakshmi. Okay, and Shiv and Shakti were earlier Shiv and Sati. Then Parvati had to be reborn. She had to come back again as Parvati. They all had their own challenges. Krishna and Radha are also Vishnu and Lakshmi reincarnated in the descending Dwapar. Now we are in ascending Dwapar. You will see the condition of women will improve. You will see the condition of man will improve. You will see the condition of overall life will improve. But anything that does not belong here, anything which is a part of the dark ages, of the part of the fear-based environment, that will be emerging in the fear-based world. That's why you will see so many deaths. That's why you will see all the diseases, this and that. So my dear friends, when I do a channeling or any channeling, I also want to say that those of you who have some kind of complaints, because not in on channelings I notice these things, I try to ignore and avoid wherever possible. But when I see that the complaints have become too much or the negativity is increasing in some area or the other, I want to address it, that whenever you get triggered by something, do something about it. Heal it, speak about it, release it. Journal about it, talk about it, vent it out. Talk to yourself. Crying will help you a lot. You have to find the where is it coming from? You have to find the root of the trigger. So, both divine masculine and divine feminine, they are mirroring the opposite polarity of the chakras that were blocked earlier, and now they are getting unblocked, I would say. In some cases, they are unblocked. In some cases, those people have really managed to do the work. Some of them are managing, some of them are doing. But they are doing it, and it's happening. That's what I want to say. Because the DMs are connecting to the spirit world and the DFs are connecting to the materialistic worlds. But both are connecting this time without any attachments. During the false twin relationship also, the divine feminines were able to create materialistic things. And those of you who have experienced this would know what I'm talking about. You learned certain tricks, you learned certain techniques, you got connected to some amazing people that time also, but the attachment was still there. It's only when you are with your real twin, with your DM, the awakening takes place fully with faster speed. Yes, from day-to-day life you might think, 2 years, 3 years, but it's much small, 10 years compared to the 40 years or 50 years you have spent otherwise. So, this is where the channeling ends, and one love and peace out.